Yo, everybody, this is VC from VS here at the barbershop in North Carolina, Raleigh, baby, representing the Lord. Just here having this balance of scales, talking about religion, race, and also economics. We just trying to make sure we measure these scales and make sure they equal out right. Proverbs 11, the sound of scales are an abomination of the Lord, but it's just the way this is delight. And today we just going to hit on some topics. Entertainment is the number one topic we here to talk about today. Right now I got my man Leslie and Russell. They're going to represent and talk about where they from, what church they represent. We're going to get on this topic of just making sure that we get a just weight.
What's going on, family? My name is Leslie. I represent Elm Grove Church Ministries out of Pikeville, North Carolina. And all I do and all I say is about God, and I represent Jesus up to the fullest.
My name is Mr. Russell. I'm here at K&B Bible College. I represent Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church in Durham, North Carolina. And all I say is, God is good.
So today we're here to talk about balancing the scales to make it just weight his delight. And I go around and ask a lot of people, and since they're from the church, I know they can speak from firsthand on the duties and what they do and what they offer people that's saved and people that's unsaved, to give them a sort of inclination on what they can do every day to fulfill their day that's actually holy and entertaining, that's fulfilling and feel like they're doing something every day, whether it be ministry or just everyday fun. And I feel like for myself, when I go to most churches, they just have this big hole, this big gap. You go to church, you go to Bible study, you go home, and they say, "We see you again." And they forget that there's still life to live. And after 5 o'clock when they get out of work, they need something to do. So Mr. Russell, I just wanted to ask you, like in your church and you in your self-walk, what do you do every day after church and on Monday through Friday? How do you conduct yourself, and what's the activities that you do to try to entertain and still be with God?
Okay. In my church, I'm a social minister. I teach Sunday school every Sunday. And my everyday activity, before I start my day off, I always start my day off with prayer. We always do prayer here at the school and end with prayer. So in my everyday walk, I try to live the life of a Christian. I try to let people see Christ in me. I try not to be judgmental or look down on anybody, because Christ was a man that showed compassion, showed love. He didn't judge nobody. He always was around to show the love of God. So the world we live in today, a lot of people feel like because they in church, they get to walk around with a Bible in their hand, or a Bible in the back seat of their car, or put a sign in front of their car saying that they're a Christian, or put a cross around their neck. I don't have to show nobody that I'm a Christian. My life that I live every day should be an example of who I represent. So a lot of times people, they want to look like they are serving God and putting Him first in their lives, but at all the same time, they're trying to impress somebody. So my everyday walk is trying to show humility, compassion, and love. So I'm not the type of person that tries to impress man. I'm about pleasing God. So a lot of things I do it in secret, because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm trying to impress anybody. So a lot of times I might do something behind closed doors, or help somebody that's poor and won't tell nobody, because the Bible said what you do in secret, God will bless you openly. So I'm not a person that wants to be applauded by man, but I want to be a God pleaser.
Hallelujah.
So I'm a quiet Christian.
So Mr. Russell, before I go back to my man LDLW, I wanted to say that if I definitely believe in doing things in secret and getting blessed in public. But the only problem I have with that is when people don't know who you are, who you stand for, they don't know where to go to get help. A lot of people out here, they don't know who to talk to, even if they did go to church. They don't know where to get help from, who to talk to, who to pray with. People that's not saved, they wouldn't know a Christian if he was right in his face, because they don't tell them that they are. So they don't know who to go to. And I say that I'm not asking you to publicize your religion and your practices, but I'm asking you to open up your eyes and see that people are lost, people are hurt. There's a lot of things out there. It's a gap. It's an unbalanced scale. So if I know I want to get into trouble, I know where to go. I know I could go to the bar, I could go to the strip club, I could go to many places. The devil offers a lot of venues. But only thing that I see in churches is that for entertainment, for help, only on Sundays and Tuesdays and whenever you have Bible study that I can go there. But what else do we offer? And being as though I didn't know when I first came in here a couple months ago that you was a pastor and minister. But now I know because we spoke about it. But it's like, without speaking about it, I would have never known. And say, what if I needed help and I was crying and I didn't know? A lot of people out there, they working with somebody that's strong with God, and they would never know because we keep it to ourselves. We pray in private. We don't put ourselves out there for people to be helped. So I say, what can we do to bridge the gap? What can we do to balance the scales, especially when it comes to entertainment? It's a whole time, a lot of that after 5 p.m. that's not accounted for, from 5 p.m. to about 11 p.m., 12 midnight. People still awake. And people don't want to go home to the family every day. They need things to do. So I say, what can we really do on a day-by-day basis to have fun, to be able to incorporate fun with God, with people, to give people things to do? Because if we don't give them anything to do, especially the youth, they're going to run to what they know. And we're going to give all of these venues that the devil was giving out, they're going to run to that. So I say, a lot of times I just have problems with, I know a couple of churches that I went to in Philly, when I would bring up things to do, they would shut it down. And I say, if you don't, I guarantee you they will not stay at this church for long. And you won't even get more fish to catch. Because they tell them, the other kids tell them straight up, it's boring. There's nothing to do. They just speak, they talk. But we need to apply the word to real life. Life is more than just Sunday. So we got to make Sunday every day. And Mr. Russell, I definitely believe that you bless people in secret, behind closed doors, and it's not for you to get praise from man. But I'm here to open up and not to do this and try to get applause or money from people. But I want people to know, hey, you can hit me up, VC from VS. We could talk about God. We could go outside. We could do things, whether you want to play baseball, make a baseball team. We could even get on 2K, and we could rep God that way. We could do anything on Xbox. But my whole thing, whether you shop, whether you want to actually act, you want to get on screen, you want to apply the word and get on screen, people is into entertainment in any type of way, that Victorious Sanctification is here to open up that avenue. And I just wanted Leslie to talk about what he does, what church that he said that he represented, just going to what they do every day, and how we can start opening up our minds, especially for the youth out here that's lost and they feel like they can't connect the dots. What does your church do?
Well, I'm one of the youth ministers at church. What we do, we open our doors out for the community, help them out in certain ways, such as food relief programs. We also reach out to women's ministry. Also, we do a lot of homeless shelters. We visit the jails. We do a lot of things in the community. We have so many things that's going for us right now, and we're just looking for different avenues and different ways to make it better. We're always open to different new types of things, such as with the youth. Again, I'm also a part of the youth ministry, and we do a lot when it comes to the youth. We take them out of town. We show them new things where they're not used to seeing. We deal with a lot of the inner community situations when it comes to crime in the inner city. And it's just a blessing to know that, when certain people are out there and they don't know where to go and what to do, they have someone they can call on. So me coming up as a youth also, I couldn't reach out to certain people. And, I veered away from the church a lot because I felt like I couldn't really trust anyone. It seemed like everybody was perpetrating. Couldn't really find anybody real in the church. So, You know, what I did with my ministry, I applied that